Hi, myself I am R.Bhushan. Welcome to ASG, Avino Study Group, dedicated for IS examination. We are absolutely believe in success, commitment, and consistency. My dear friends, in ethics chapter, I am discussing with some of the important philosophers of the world. The source is Stephen Law. The book is Stephen Law. From that, I'm sharing you some of the important quote as well as the philosophy of important philosopher of the world. Earlier I shared you Gautam Buddha, now Confucius. Confucius 551 to 479 BC. His golden rule is never impose on others what you would not choose yourself for yourself. Never impose on others. Never impose on others what you would not choose for yourself. Never impose on others what you would not choose for yourself. Confucius, like Gautam Buddha, also offers a very practical philosophy containing much concrete advice. He believes that a harmonious and stable society requires a number of key ingredients, including number one, shared values and traditions. Shared values and traditions. Confucius teaches that the common values and tradition function as a cement that helps bind people together into communities. He recommends that people together to engage in Li, the study of ritual forms of propriety and respect. 2. A concern for others. Confucius proposes a version of the golden rule that you would never do to others anything you would not want to do to yourself. Confucius proposes a version of the golden rule that you should never do others anything you would not want to yourself. People responsibility. Third is people responsibility, fulfilling their allotted social and familial roles. Sons and daughters have certain duties to their parents, and government ministers have duties that they must discharge properly. To fulfill their allotted roles, people need to appropriate virtues. A government minister, for example, should be both trustworthy and exercise due respect toward the ruler. Confucius believe in leading, for example, a leader who discharges his role responsibility will be more likely to command the loyalty of subject, who in turn will more likely to emulate him and fulfill their own allotted rules properly. Confucius says, if the ruler is very virtuous, very important quote. If the ruler is virtuous, the people will also be virtuous. These quotations are very, very important in ethics paper. Sometimes they will give you this quotation and they will tell, just comment on it. If the ruler is virtuous, the people will also be the virtuous. Confucius version of the golden rule. I am going to focus here on Confucius' golden rule. The golden rule appears variously in many religious and ethical systems. Sometimes it takes a positive form as the Christian's injunction, do unto others, do unto others, do unto others as you would have, do unto you. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Others, including Confucius, formulate it is in a prohibition, do not do to others what you would not want to done to you. Counterexample to the rule. There are so many counterexamples of this rule. Despite its popularity, the golden rule attracts a number of counterexamples. Suppose a fat man is and died. He would not want anyone to offer him a fattening meal. But the Confucius golden rule required that he should not offer such a meal to others, even if they are starving to death. Hardly the moral conclusion to draw. Or suppose a doctor would prefer not to told if she were herself diagnosed with a fatal illness. Confucius rule entails that she should refuse to provide similar information to her patient even if they want it. Again, surely not to the right conclusion to draw. A different interpretation of the rule, but perhaps we have misinterpreted the rule. Maybe we should not interpret as a saying, not that we should not do to others that we, given our actual situation and desire, would not want to done to us, but instead that we should not do to others what we wouldn't want to want done to us if we were in their position and had their desire. So the golden rule is, it seems that whichever we interrupt Confucius' golden rule, as we run into a fairly obvious counter examples. Perhaps we should view the rule not as a strict prohibition without exception but as an ethical reminder. The golden rule reminds us to take a step back and consider our actions from the point of view those most likely to be affected by them. If a practical leader orders the bombing of another country without reflecting on the impact such an action will have on the lives of the inhabitants, we should rightly consider it a badly made direction. One more thing I'm telling about Confucius. He was born in 551 BC in the Hufu, Lu, now Shandong province of China. His father died when he was 3, leaving the family in poverty. However, Confucius was educated by the state and became a teacher. He sought political office and became a minister of justice. It is claimed that while in office, Confucius was successful in reducing crime, and his major work was Analects of Confucius, Analects of Confusion. So thank you very much to watch my program. Wish you all the best and good luck.